Well, we're having to test my microphone out in a new spot today. Let's hope it's working. Well, howdy. Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I am up near Felker Falls. With the cold snap Hamilton has been having, I wanted to see if the waterfalls would actually freeze completely over, and to my surprise, they have. So we came up overlooking one of the falls right now just to try to get a bit of an open view, just so we can see the cascading amounts of ice all interlaced together. It looks really cool. So I'll insert some video in a few minutes so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Plus I'll get my tripod, everything else out so we can actually frame up the composition. We're gonna have to use a long lens for this one. Now, surprisingly, Hamilton actually has a bit of sunlight today. And as it is starting to warm up a little bit, the night times it's still minus double digits, but during the daytime it's going up to -6 today, maybe -5. So right now it's still -8, maybe -9. It is still a little bit chilly. It's very early in the morning. But I wanted to get here before the sun actually starts bathing too much and blowing out a lot of the ice. As right now, the area that I kind of want to shoot is very shadowed. The mountain itself is kind of almost blocking it from the sunlight. Now there is still a little bit of water you can hear trickling down underneath it, like underneath the ice, but the majority of it is frozen completely over. And as normal, when you come up here during the summer times, it's very loud. You can hear the waterfalls. Right now it is almost pitch. It's just peaceful and calm. Really nice day out. Also, we're having to test out a new jacket. I want to see how this one does. With the sunlight on right now kind of beaming down on me, it's not so bad. But when I'm in the shadows or when there's a snowstorm, I'll have to test it out again. Now, today I wanted to have a bit of an easier day. My leg was sore and I didn't feel like walking very far. So the falls right here are very close to where the car park is. And then we're going to finish hiking up down there and get a little bit of an overview of the city. If the sun keeps rising over, and there's very few clouds, almost no clouds right now, so we might be able to get some more city photography, which I very much enjoyed that picture last week of Toronto in the hazy background. That was my favorite photo of the entire trip out. So today I want to see how we can do with some waterfalls and then maybe some city photography if I find any more compositions. Well, I'm going to turn the camera around now so you guys can see what the waterfalls look like. So here's what the composition is sort of looking like from my viewpoint. You can see how all of the waterfall has completely iced over with different layers and different amounts of ice structures. Now there is still a very small, faint amount of water still falling down around and behind it, but the majority of it is completely frozen over. And my idea was to just find an area where the water is falling and cascading down and the ice actually has an interesting structure. Or at the top, a little bit right there. See if I can zoom in a bit more. You can actually see the water just slightly flowing behind some of the ice. I don't know if the light is able to pass through it enough so you can see, but from here I can hear the water faintly falling down and I can see it in certain areas starting to cascade down. So I'm going to see if I can frame up this composition. And then if worse comes to worse, I'm just going to wait a little while and come back here later on when the sun is a bit further up, illuminating this entire little chasm area. As the light is starting to fall in certain areas that you can see over here, but we're still waiting for it to come back over here to the main waterfall section. A bit of ice has started falling off in certain areas, so you hear it kind of crumbling. It sounds really interesting. And it's also very spooky too, as it's very quiet, then all of a sudden all you hear is just something falling. So I've settled in on one composition that I kind of like. The only problem, as I was talking about, is there's a lot of small twigs, branches, and especially the entire trees right here that are leaning over. that really eat up a lot of the real estate for actual getting good composition. So I tried vertical, but it brings in, I have to zoom in so much that you're almost kind of just focusing in on the ice, where I did want to bring in just a little bit of the snow and everything else around it. So I finally focused in at about 140, 150 millimeters. All right, so I'm gonna get one photograph now, and I'm gonna kind of hike around here a little bit, moving my tripod around, trying to get a bit of a better composition, as the twigs slash little branches that are just sticking out right here just take up far too much of the attention and just kind of intrude too much into the composition. So I'm gonna see if I can try moving back over here somewhat. Now there are footprints on the other side of the railing. However, it's not very smart to put evidence online of you doing something foolish. All right, so I've changed up my composition a fair amount. I was able to finally get a vertical composition, although I did have to move over a fair amount. And unfortunately, I'm able to get a little bit more vertically in the shot. However, now I'm introducing a lot more of the snow and some of the other kind of distractions around it. So about 140 is the widest I can get, while still removing all distractions. All right, so I'm going to put on a 10-second timer this time, as there is a fair amount of shake as I'm almost at full height with having to spread my tripod out in a very precarious way. So I'm going to take this photo, have a little look-see. So I'm going to spend a few more minutes here, just seeing if we can get any more compositions, and then we're going to continue hiking down the trail. We'll see if we can find any other compositions, and then when we're working our way back, the sunlight should be a little bit higher, illuminating more of the ice shelf, and it should give it a bit more mood, a bit more atmosphere. Although right now, with it kind of shadowed, I'm having to step down the aperture a little bit more, as I don't really need that wide of a depth of field, as it's just ice. So I'm at f8, at like 1/120th of a second, so there is still a fair amount of light down there. But it's just when there's actually some direct sunlight, should be a lot more interesting. at how tall some of these pine trees are. That's crazy. You can see just how far down it is from all the way up here. Beautiful little hillside here. All right, so here a couple of trees fell down, ripping up all of the dirt and all the roots up with them. It looks crazy. If only there was a bit more snow on it, I could actually maybe frame it up as a composition, but the roots themselves, they just look too crazy. It's hard to get any kind of symmetry in this image. It's just kind of all over the place. Now, I don't know if I'm just being too picky today or if there actually may be a composition here. I'm not really sure. I found this kind of stump sticking out of the ground here, and in the backdrop of it is kind of a beautiful cityscape. So I want to see if I can get a little bit of macro photography of this one, maybe get a little bit closer, try to get a bit more of the texture on it. As the sun is streaming through and hitting certain parts of it, it does have a really cool look to it. And then a little bit further on, I think there might be a bit more of an opening. I want to see if I can maybe frame up a tree against some of the high-rise buildings, kind of getting a downward view on them. Or maybe some of the houses, I don't really know. I don't want to think too far ahead. At first, I do want to look at this photo through my actual camera itself and see if this actually is an image that I would actually like to stop and take. So let's see if a 1:1 square crop works better. Which it does, it cuts off a lot of the bottom distractions. So f4, 5 1/800ths of a second, 50 millimeters at a 1:1 crop. That really does cut off a lot of excess. All right, let's try one more time at a 4:3. All right, I'm gonna insert the best photo for this one so you guys can see it. I may step out of the way a little bit as well, so that way that there's no shadows right beside it, kind of moving around a little bit. Kind of like an urban landscape with a bit of forestry in front of it. And you can absolutely see the urban decay behind it with its massive high-rise buildings, all just obstructing the view behind it. Now I'm going to try and lower it down to, let's say, f5. And then 1/1000th of a second. Just to see if I can soften up the backdrop just a little bit more. Okay, so a little bit closer now to 180 millimeters. We're back at full frame. f5, 1/1000th of a second. ISO 100. So I'm going to put on a 10-second timer to make sure that there is no more wobble and that everything is completely subsided. And then one other thing I'm going to try. I'm going to try filling the entire frame with the tree. So I'm going to try it one more time at 300 millimeters, well, 280 millimeters, almost fully filling the frame. Just trying to throw the backdrop a little bit more out of focus. Still at f5, 1/1000th of a second. All right, that looks a lot more interesting. The high-rise building almost right behind it fills up the entire frame almost corner to corner. And then just in the little small foreground area, you do see a few houses leading up to it. Now there are a few signs and other stuff, but as it's really softened out the backdrop, the background is almost completely blown out, giving it a very nice kind of ethereal look to it almost. I'm going to insert this photo now. Let me know what you guys think of this one. So the vista of the city that I can see, and coming right down to the composition. So this camera is starting to die on me a little bit right now. I'm gonna plug it in and start charging it. I'm gonna hike all the way back to where we started earlier at that little waterfall. The sun now has risen. It's been over almost 2 hours now. So I wanna see if the sun is high enough to actually be able to illuminate the waterfalls. All right. Let's get some heat going in here. It's quite chilly out still. Oh. Well, I tried stopping by over the waterfalls again for that second photo, but unfortunately it's only been 2 hours since we've been there and the light hasn't really changed all that much, and I have other obligations I have to get to. So let me know what you guys thought of today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe down below if you so wish, and I'll talk to you guys again in the next one. Have a good one.